couldn't.
Only one child missing, which is still good and evil. It's very important. But I can speak.
I could have made it bigger with, if you gave me the lecture sheet, I could have made it bigger. Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is in Korea.
Oh, in Korea. Oh.
This studio, good and evil, is very important. Without knowing good and evil, how you can teach the people, how you can guide the people, But still we are living in order. You know why? God gave him conscience in here. God gave him brain in here. God gave him heart in here. That way. This originated that way. No matter what, always functioning. Functioning. So, before we speak or act, we got to know what is right or wrong, which is good and evil. So today, famous professor Sandel, he speak about righteous society. What is righteous? That is good society. What is true society? Nobody give a clear answer. Without knowing a clear answer, he is one of the famous professor. If you understand this, then you will be the best teacher in the world. I was really understand. Oftentimes people couldn't understand, hidden treasure, hidden value. But anyway, today I exposed. What good and evil? Before you speak, before you act, you got to know. Otherwise, speaking, this is really influenced your character and your daily life. Therefore, so our fighting or the trouble, contradiction and fighting is coming from evil and evil, bad and bad. No, I'm sorry. Good and evil. Good and evil. Why this is a different element. That is the chemical different element reacting. That is why common base. That's why this is reacting. Good and evil. Then sometimes also find evil and evil. They are same common, but they're fighting. You know why? This is a selfish element, egoistic element. That's why they're fighting. Sometimes good and good. Also, they're fighting. The religious people, they speak about God, they speak about truth, but still they're fighting. Why? Because they're speaking good, they're externally good. They're externally good. Internally, this is not the common good. Can you understand what I mean? The selfish goodness, that's why good and good, they conflict. Therefore, to stop all kinds of fighting, we have to fight the common good. Good for me and good for you. The universal goodness. Then what is universal goodness? Universal common goodness. That is a very important thing. So, I can tell, you can tell good and evil, where it come from? Come from human mind. This is the cause of every action, speaking, coming from human mind. Human mind, we have several kind of the human mind. Based on the human mind, that is a physical instinct, animalistic instinct. Animalistic instinct. So against animalistic instinct, then is a destructive result coming. Following animalistic instinct, you are healthy, you can maintain. That is why you want hungry, you want to, then you want to eat, you want to thirsty, you drink. So anything follow the animalistic instinct, this is good. Against an animalistic instinct, then destructive, physically destructive result comes. This is the evil. Then next we have one more instinct with that, that's the conscientious instinct. If we against conscience, follow the conscience instinct, conscience man, this is good. Against conscience is the bad guy, that's evil. Then next we have a rational conscience. Instinct, rational instinctive conscience, rational. So you enlighten the rationality, they have a knowledgeable person. You are against rationality, irrational, then you become, this is stupid, foolish people. This is the evil. Then we have emotional plastic. By this for emotional instinct, it's a beauty. Then it's against this ugly, then it's evil. Then we have artistic instinct to love each other. We're loving, follow this is good. Then against this is hate, evil. Then we have one more instinct, that religious instinct. No, men never become perfectly atheist. Whatever they say, I don't believe God, but something emerges. Oh my God! But naturally they said that by this, we believe God, we believe afterlife, then we liberate from a fear of the death, so we can have eternal life. That's why God gave him, innate nature or the instinct. So against this is always bring the destructive result. That is the evil. But those then who follow this, then become automatically idea man. Can you understand what I mean? So idea man is, the purpose of the idea man is this is the beginning of the God creation. So what the final purpose of the God creation, to base on the idea man, to establish the idea family, idea society, idea country, idea world, and heaven. So here is coming a definition. What is good? To educate the idea man, to begin with educate the idea man, to accomplish heavenly family, society, the country, to world, and heaven and earth, heavenly kingdom. So anything for this purpose. So that means idea of people's education begin with idea of people's education, fished by heavenly kingdom on earth. Everything you are word, you are thinking, your word, your ideology, and your word, your action to bring it to plus advantage. Plus advantage. This is good. So that's why Jesus said, you born again, when you then establish heavenly kingdom, and anything for this purpose, your plus advantage. Then this anything, bad education and destructing society, the country, the heavenly kingdom, This is the evil. This is the definition based on the God's purpose to creation, or just based on the human purpose of existence. Nothing contradicting heaven and earth. So this is based on the definition of the good and evil. Then you know definition of the good and evil, but this is not enough for the practical society. So why we have four kind of the good and evil in this practical world? That why that mean four kind? You know, this is however definition you know that this we are living in the practical society. Practical society that the normal of this definition sometimes work, sometimes don't work. Therefore, you have to know practical good and evil for practical society is come by wisdom. That is why sometimes motivation is good. Motivation is good. Then this a good motivation, has to bring the good result. But then in order to bring the good result, you need a method, how to do it. Then this method sometimes not ideal, it's practically. For instance, people sometimes, sick and he heavy sick, cancer. Maybe his life is only 2 months, 3 months. Then diagnosed the doctor. Then sometimes he tells a white lie. Oh, is you all right? You can live still, 1 or 2 years, more than that, if you take care of yourself. Oh, thank you. By that white lie, he has a positive attitude to take care of these symptoms. So sometimes in a practical situation, white lie is necessary. To motivation is good to bring to the a good result. In a practical situation, method, you have to practically use it. Then lie itself, constructive lie, white lie. Sometimes, Second World War, Jewish people, they really persecuted Hitler. Then somebody hide it, those people, then the police and those people, they coming searching. Here's, you hide Jewish people. Honestly, yes, I did it. That honestly killed all people. At that time was quite like necessary. That is why this is the practical good, practical judgment of good and evil. So just principle doesn't, basic principle doesn't work. Then this you got to understand. I can give you a today, conscious objective. Actually, that is basically principalistic to all right, but practically is no good. Why, for instance, in Korea, many Christian, I don't want to go to draft because, I have conscious objective. Then, many Korean people, they become conscious objector. How you can defend North Korea? Then power by the only you can stop the by power. Can you understand? Ideology stopped by ideology, but there is a force by only by force. That is only practical situation. Then your conscious objector who defends It's North Korea. Then how you Christian you can stay? When North Korea they invaded long time ago, they killed the priests and the ministers, the religious people. So many people they talk good things because in practical they're destroying society. That is why people has to be wise. Not only speak good things. Basically, you should speak the good things. You do good things, normal things. But practical situation, case by case, you use the wisdom. That thing today, American society, world society, they humanistic people, they talk always good things in practical. That is why society is not a problem. Then practical people, they talk the practical things. They do not know basically, idea, basic principle. That is why also, therefore, based on a normal situation, you can adapt to normal good and evil. But practical situation, you have to prefer our wise, our practical good and evil. Otherwise, you have no solution. That I told you. So, educate your children in how to do it. Father really want to spank it. Mother says, no, just leave it. Which is right. Then I tell you, we have a very famous story in Japan. Dosha University. This is one of the very famous university. Students, they really spoiled. Then president of the university, he has to stop this student. Then how he do it? One day, he gathered all university students, one place gathered together. Then he got the whip stick, one hand. Then, wow, today, president, he's really hungry. He might, spank us. Some of our students, we sacrificed today, spanked it by him. Then he said he didn't say anything in the stand, podium. He said that today our student really spoiled, treated not like a student. This is my responsibility. I'm a chief of the school. Therefore, I have to punish this guy. Then he brought opened the hand and he reached at the whip. Then all the students, they, no, we do it. In that way, stop the thing. Practically, that punishment is necessary. Just go over, you'll never stop it. So practical situation, practical wisdom is. So if you at that time, if you spanked the student, maybe the student reacted, but spanked himself, that really worked. That is why practical situation, if practical method is necessary, but furthermore, wise wisdom is more necessary to solve it. So today our society, then in idealistic method, humanistic method doesn't work. Also practical method doesn't work. Then use the, wise, smart, practical method is necessary. Therefore, what is practical goodness? Meaning, motivation is good, but in purpose of the all behavior to bring the good result, to bring the good result, just ideal method doesn't work. Then you need practical method. Therefore, I will take a walk on the street with my wife. Then sometimes the bad guy tried to rape my wife, but also he do like that. Then they use the violence, Oh, stop! Oh, the Bible said God is love. Don't do it. That doesn't work. So don't do that. That doesn't work. Then what do? you know, the virus power by power, I use karate. Yeah. It's the only way you get stopped. You know, when I was in international pioneer itinerary work, you know, I traveled the whole world. I went to Colombia. And that time I carry camera. Bad guy in the park, they try to, you know, still take my camera. Then I said like this, oh, he's Oriental, he knows karate. I don't know, just automatically, I did like that. So this is, so therefore, this is practical good at. Then next we have to know human history. Now is the time, end of the world, we have to straight everything in past human history, good and evil, what are the good and bad guy. In our past human history, good and bad, that based on the ruler or those kings, those people, their words, also power decided good and evil. Therefore, whatever king said that is, you know,
Good.
Good. That follow the good. Also, the power, you fighting, you overcome, you get victory. You are a righteous man. Your victory brings the right. How much you are a good guy, you lose, you're a bad guy. Our history decided by ruler's idea and his power. For instance, Napoleon is Genghis Khan or the other guy. Great man, they said that is the invader. So now is the time we have to know anything you can't say good and bad by the powers. Also, you are only your selfish, greedy idea, greedy things. Therefore, now is the time we have to straight up the human historical good and evil. So, firstly, we have good and evil. This is very important. Disorderly of the good and evil. Disorderly of the good and evil. That means ego. You know, ego is the evil man. Ego is no. I told you, God gave ego to us, to rights, to live happily yourself and your family, to the ego. The ego itself is nothing wrong. Myself, in the apartment, myself, I take the old clothes off, dancing, shouting, whatever. Against whatever I do, it nothing wrong, unless I hurt harm others. This is him that God gave it. So Robinson Crusoe in isolated land, whatever he do it, nothing wrong. Ego, nothing. But this, then you have a family. Then if you have to prefer the family's happiness rather than you, then you become evil. This is the bigger happiness than your small happiness. That's why you have to prefer the bigger family. Then if you contribute yourself for the family, then next you get be happy. This is all right. Then family, then in society, however you take care of the family nice, then you have to prefer social happiness rather than your family. Otherwise, you family egoism. So, animal up to here, animal has happiness himself, and family, take care of the family. But animals, they never take care of the society, publicly. Therefore, the guy who, today, only my family, only my I don't care society, I don't care others, Just, guy seems to be good, but idealistic standard, not really human standard. If you are human standard, purpose of the education to become a good social man, not just egoistic man, not just family man. So therefore, how much you are really contributing to your happiness to your family, take care of family, you are not really contribute to your force for better society. Then, how much your better society you have to contribute to your country? How much you contribute for you in the world? So national egoism. Today, UN, we have a problem. Why? Jewish people, Japanese, Korean, whatever, they emphasize their national ideology or national benefit. Then there's nothing but national egoism. So if you go to the UN, international world community, you have to speak more universal ideology. Also, you have to prefer universal common benefit rather than your country benefit. Therefore, how much you are good for your country, you are very patriotic, you are a nice, country-loving man, but you go UN is world scale, then the idea has to be world scale. So you have to seek the common benefit of all country. You love the universal love, not your selfish country love. Therefore here, ego is nothing wrong, but you have to prefer the bigger happiness of the family. So family, you have to prefer the society to the country here. So when you do it, good thing, if you do not prefer bigger happiness, then this become evil. Today is all problem. They think, here in Orient people, we have quite the Chinese and the Korean people, we have a social corruption. Also, also African, they have a lot of corruption. You know why? Their education, their teaching is based on the instinctively, not really public-minded. That is why they do not know how to prefer the country or the society. Always the family and the things like that. That is why corruption is coming. So, in order to stop the corruption, you teach to those people, you are only seeking a family without seeking a society, country, or the world. This is become family egoism, or maybe you prefer the only country egoism. By that, all people will suffering. Therefore, one thing we got to understand: this orderly of the contribution to a living style, that is the evil. Therefore, many people they don't realize. I'm take care of my family. Why not? I'm taking my town. Why not? I'm contributing for my country, America. Why not? Today is the age of the international, global age. Then we think global benefit first always, then next the country, next my town, next my family. This is the right order. Therefore, I'll be happy that nothing wrong, my selfishly, if I'm alone. But I want to be happy with my family. There's nothing wrong. But if you have a deep mountain or deep countryside, only you have a small family is all right. But you are middle of the town, the middle of the society, then you have to prefer the social happiness rather than your family happiness. How much is social happiness? If your country, you have to prefer. That is a federal government. Is you have to prefer the federal law rather than this is the principle. Therefore, you go to the UN, you should not bring any national ideology, anything, universal ideology. Human are all one brothers, not only Japanese, only Korean, only American. Under the one God, under the one brother, then we have to have one lovely heart and beautiful heart. Therefore, many people say goodness is good, not always good. If you don't prefer large or bigger goodness, then it's become evil. So people today have a problem that people disorderly of the good, they think the good is always good. No, disorderly is good, then become evil. So if you have a right order, your ego is become good. This is wisdom. Therefore, today with society we have a problem that two reasons. They have a basic good and evil, everybody know it, but they do not know. Practical good and evil, that means disorderly of the good and evil, this is evil. Always, good is not always good. Disorder of the good and evil become evil. Therefore, we have to right order of the good, and also we have a wise practical good for a practical world. This is really necessary. Next. Problem of the fighting in our society, I gave briefly last lecture on contradicting good and evil. This contradicting good and evil usually comes from the four reasons. One reason, ideally contradicting. Then ideally contradicting, we have to be careful. Different idea and the wrong idea is different. People, sometimes we speak different idea, think, selfish man usually think it's wrong idea. Different idea with a different idea, different thought, it's not wrong. Therefore, you have to understand, he is just different view, different idea, not wrong idea. But the selfish man, between wife and the friend, anything, the different idea, then you are wrong. So first of all, we have to understand different idea, not wrong idea. This we have to be very clear. Then those, different idea I told you, no any other way to become common base. Unless you find the common base, you never overcome. So different idea, this is different character, different lifestyle. Then, for instance, when civilized men go to primitive, Africa, such primitive, Amazon, like, very difficult you can communicate, together. But different character, different living style, sort of your idea you have. Christianity doesn't work, Buddhism doesn't work, Muslim doesn't work, anything doesn't work. Your intellectual philosophy doesn't work. There's only one way to talk. That is common sense. Therefore, so those explorers, they go to the deep, those places, they can communicate with civilized people, people. Sometimes they are living together, maybe 1 or 2 months. Why? That only human, rational common sense. Your human common sense. This is only why God gave 2 senses to us. 2 senses. One is uniqueness, the individuality. The other is common sense of the humanity. Only common sense of the humanity is works. Then why God give individuality? By the individuality we can have a variety of the society. But variety of the society under the one unity, by that, general sense of the common sense of humanity. So God gave us 200. But we have to prefer the general common sense of the humanity rather than our uniqueness when we get together. Can you understand? Mm-hmm. So neglecting the common humanity, just insisting your self-idea, self-style, way of life, then this brings the conflict. Therefore, always we can prefer the common sense of the humanity. Then you can bring your own uniqueness. It's really beautiful. Then second thing is with the conflict of the benefit, interest. This is only one way. Conscience comes no any other way. Conscience people, they know how to share, how to give. So heavenly kingdom is conscientious democracy. So conscientious democracy, you don't have to tax anything. They earn, they make big money, they know how to share, how to give, take care. That is taxless society. That is conscientious democracy. That's the only way we can eliminate it, interest, conflict of the interest, benefit. Then next, we have one more thing, conflict of the method. When you want to do something, they have all different kinds of methods to achieve it. Oh, my method is more effective, my method is more effective. Everybody said that. Then how you can judge whose method, what best method is better? That first of all, less money, less time, less effort, bring it more result. That's a decision. That means smart method, smart way. That means less time, less money, less effort, bring it more result than it. So you can talk all kinds of things whose method is more effective to bring it in a shorter period, less money, less time. Mm-hmm. Then last, emotional contradiction. Emotional contradiction. This is quite, well, sometimes, black people and white people and yellow people, sometimes Jewish people and Arabic people. They really, emotionally, they're really contradicting. Mm-hmm. There's no any other way. Artistic common sense. No any other way. We are human. Under one God, one ancestor, we are basically brothers and sisters. then we go back to human common sense. We can love each other. No any other way. Heart is common sense. Human behavior like a human, we love each other. Under the one God, the one ancestor, we are same brothers and sisters. It's the only way, no any other way. So, final thing, we have a problem of those things. Some people, they against you by ideology, sometimes communists, they can really attack you by communism. Then if you want to overcome the communism, only power doesn't help. Even overcome by power, by war, as far as communism ideology there, then start again. So you can overcome ideology, communism, by ideology. Better ideology, that way only you can overcome ideology by it. But however, communism, sometimes they can attack you by the force, then ideology just doesn't work. At that time, force by force, you have to have a stronger force of the power. That's the way you can stop it, that force by force. Then next, they use the certain method, the means. Then you have a means method by your method of means must be more effective. Then also enemy attack you by the law, sue you. Then law by the law. Then you better get a better lawyer. That is the only way. Then how love of the truth, so what it doesn't work. So, law by the law. Then they can attack you by the wisdom. Then you have the wisdom too. If you don't have a wisdom, then you have to find wise men. So usually wise men come from experienced person. That is why you ask the old man, they tell you wise idea. Therefore, all kinds of trouble you can overcome by ideology and also force by force, also means by better means, then law by or intellectual law, then finally wisdom by the better wisdom. This is the practical way you can overcome, not just talk the idea. Thank you. This is the lecture in the morning.
Thank you.